He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Jackson will throw. Under fire. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. This time it's complete. Powers through. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
They go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Nixon. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Looking left. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Fires to the big fella. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Quick completion to the right. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Jackson gonna throw it. He's got it and still on his feet. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Tight end finds a soft spot. Pulls it in and runs into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the entire field and you put 6 up on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Anderson. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Bearcats offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with a clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollock, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback effectively. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Now on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He fires one deep down the right side. Turning it on. All the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Anderson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Sorsby. Finds a tight end. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge gain down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Gain of 21 on the play. And first down for the offense.
Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Soft spot in the middle. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. To the air. It's Sorsby. Makes the catch. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
tackle.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Wants to keep it in the air. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
It's now 2nd down.
Kidding me.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Running back searching for a hole. That hole closed quickly. He'll get 1 out to the 6.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got the quick pass. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Love the coverage and not giving up an inch defensively. Their 3rd down, smothering the receiver. As soon as he caught the ball, down he went. They've got this offense pinned.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Great place to start for this offense. Back to throw, it's Sorsby. He's got it on the move. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Motion from the wideout. He's got it on the right. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Defense in press coverage. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Get it out on the screen. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield, and created the negative play.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. Get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start racing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Got his man. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Sorsby. He'll try to do it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this 3rd down? They'll try to get it through the air. Got it set up on the outside. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage.
He's going for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Nixon. Breaks into the open. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Allegiant Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Just about set to get this second half underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
A design run for the quarterback. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
And the Bearcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Bully ball on 3rd and short. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Don't say man down. The man sitting here celebrating.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. It's good. Now the lead is down to 11. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Utah is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Alex Smith, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by just 4 to Arizona State. If anything else happens in this one in the Pac-12 or anywhere else, we'll make sure you know about it. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. With the catch, it's Charles. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
So now it's 2nd and long.
Keep the ball moving. Keep the ball moving.
Quarterback making checks. Brown will throw it. Looking for a huge play. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wants to go up top.
I think this team knew going into halftime up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the 3rd quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down.
And that's the problem as an offense, man. You get in these 3rd and forever situations, and now the defense drops back, and they take away all the deep stuff, and you're trying to find some space, but it's just so hard to try to convert those 3rd and longs.
And the Cincinnati offense will take over.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. Pressure coming. Caught over the middle. It's Caldwell. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got an open man. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. And the Bearcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the air, it's Sorsby. It's complete to the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Bearcats have pushed it inside the 20. Looking to throw on first down. Quick strike complete. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down.
I gotta be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Nice job by the quarterback finding the big fella in the end zone. He's going to find a hole. He's going to find an opening. That guy's, you got to trust him, and I'm going to throw it up and let him make a play like he did right there.
Gets it to him on the screen and tackled there by the defense.
I'll tell you, it's tough to complete two-point conversions. Obviously, very small windows to throw into. Couldn't come away with that one. Let's see how that affects the outcome.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Illegal blocking effect. Offense.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by. Go back to work. Jackson will throw. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
Yeah, it's just a throw the quarterback would love to have back. His guy's wide open, and it looked to me like maybe he was overstriding or straining a little bit too much on the throw. The nose of the ball was diving, and he, of course, threw it into the ground. That's one he'd like to do over.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was second and long. They weren't expecting the run, so now we've got third and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. He wants to change this route. On fourth down, going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Rushes on him. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by one possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
That is complimentary football at its finest. The defense gets the turnover. The offense punctuates it, uses it to their advantage, takes the lead late in the football game. Now that defense that just gave you a good stop, they need another one for you.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Now this offense is back on the field. Jackson gonna throw it. It's complete to the left. There he goes. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Fox. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
From the gun, running back on the move. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Fox. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. The offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pulls it in. It's Hughes. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. 6th play of the drive coming up. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Jackson will throw.
What the fuck?
There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. All the plays, all the plans, all the schemes, and it will be decided on this kick. He slides that just inside the right upright. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the fourth quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all of the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Ready to fire from the pistol. Wide receiver comes in motion. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? Wants to go up top. Pulls it in. It's Caldwell. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Getting late. Pressure building. Huge 3rd down coming up on the road for this offense. From the gun. Wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll have the 1st down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chance, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Bearcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Turning it on! Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37. The Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. The stop, the start, the juke, everything in the bag as he gets to the 29. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Sorsby. He finds a soft spot in the middle. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Rides the back on the option, the give. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Using his legs, it's Walker. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Timeout by the defense as they're trying to ice this kicker. And this field goal attempt might be their chance to save themselves. And this one to put them on top, and it is getting late. It is good. And there's a lot of celebrating going on over there, but there is still time left on the clock.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Making side adjustments here. Jackson gonna throw it. That's caught. It's Nixon. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable fourth down if I don't complete this third and long.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only one possession on fourth down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
Breaks into the open. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to two very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things, David, and it'll beat you every time.
That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the small things, but find those things that you need to improve on. Keep working on them. Keep developing. Those things you do well, dude, let's do those. Let's do more of those things more consistently.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports.